What's happening, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of the Indian Doctor Podcast. I don't know if I should start us off with like a what's happening or a hello or hi or a sasikala, which means hi. But let me know if you think that that's a suitable start. I'm just trying to be my truest, authentic self, like Dr. Mavi says.
Dropping them vibes right at the start, huh?
I am, He finally dropped his fleece as well. If, those of you that are watching on video, he's not wearing his fleecy wear for over 20 episodes.
My Burkhouse. Because Indy, what did you say? I look like a builder or something, or a tradesman?
Hey, you look like a builder or a tradesman. It's actually kind of mad. I don't know if that's the look you're going for, Mr. Property. So maybe it is.
Yeah, actually, if you look at all my property photos, I'm normally wearing that jacket. By coincidence.
What I mean?
Yeah.
How often do you wash it?
Do you know what it is about that one?
How often do you wash it?
Once every 3 weeks, something like that. But I don't wear it every day.
You do wear it every day.
No, you see it on the podcast, but it's not that I wear it every day. So
okay.
I have another one which is a North Face, but it's just much thinner. And when I just stumbled across Burkhouse, I didn't even know the brand, to be honest. But I was in like a go outdoors, and I was like, this fleece is absolutely amazing. And then something really interesting happened. So, like 2 Saturdays a month, I do a private clinic, and I had this guy walk in, right, and he's wearing a gilet, a Burkhouse gilet. So it's basically my jacket without sleeves. And I didn't care about, obviously I cared about what he could come in with, but I was like, yo.
You want that jacket?
I was like, yeah. But then I came back and told Shindy, and she was like, listen, your arms are getting bigger. Your arms aren't there yet. You need to keep sleeves on and do your whole roll thing, because, you got big forearms. See? Got the big forearms. But she goes, yeah, you need to work on that before you get sleeveless. And I was like,
yeah, this is why I only
the
wear...
whole dream was shattered.
This is why I only wear basketball tops at home. I don't wear them out because the arms ain't there yet, bro. They're not going to be either. I'm not that guy. So I just like wearing them maybe on a holiday or on a beach.
What does that PT say to us all the time? Boys, it's about genetics. It's all about the genetics, right? Because there's one guy, he can curl one barbell and he's going to have, like twice the size biceps you have. So
you know what's mad, yeah? Talking about that, I got my dad's hands the other day, right? And I just got him to put it against mine. His hands are like double the size of mine. And I'm like, why? He's like, oh, just farm work. Like he claims it's farm work.
It's like evolved in his lifetime.
Bro, I swear to God, it actually has, because his hands are like long and quite wide. His fingers are long and wide, and I'm like, Dad, what are you doing with your hands? He's just like, it was just farm work as a kid. And I was like, okay, maybe it's that. Meanwhile, if you look at my hands, guys, yeah, look at my hand in the camera. See how each finger is the same size as the other, and I got this big ass thumb.
Put them together.
Got some weird genetics.
No. How
No. That isn't a fair comparison, because the finger starts there and there and there. For those of you that are listening to this via audio, I'm sorry, innit? I'm telling you, I got some weird genetics, man.
Your hands have developed for playing basketball, as we alluded to last week.
They haven't.
So Indy, who do you play for? Well, not the NBA. Just want to make that very clear.
NBA,
I don't play for the NBA.
Let's be very real. Yeah, it's not happening, son. Oh, imagine that though. Have you watched Last Chance U Basketball?
You've told me about this, haven't you? This is
on Netflix,
the guys, the scholarships. The scholarships.
You gotta watch it.
I've just watched Seaspiracy or whatever it's called, Seaspiracy.
Oh, Seaspiracy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got time for it, man, because I heard so many bad things about it. Considering what I guess said to us last week, guys, those of you that haven't listened, go back and listen to that one. It's a really good podcast. But for those of you that haven't listened, he basically says that all of it is just the overarching message is humans are fucking up the planet, and we shouldn't be, which is a fair point.
Which is true.
Very
but
true.
it was an interesting angle. Like, one thing I really learned, this is very, it's abstract, but so we talk about climate control. We talk about the greenhouse effect, the temperature rising of the world, right? And carbon dioxide is obviously adding to that process. So trees, obviously great things, and deforestation is bad because we're getting rid of trees, which, through photosynthesis will convert that CO2 away. Now, here's the thing. So what I didn't know is that the sea, the oceans, the proportion that they basically chomp up carbon dioxide is way out kind of ways what trees do, but no one talks about it. Like no one ever talks about it, man. And so there's some really really good things in there. Which like I never ever knew that. Some were like very medical things. I was like, oh okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. And some were just like environmental.
Could you verify the medical stuff or no?
Did I verify the medical
Like
stuff?
you being a doctor, were you able to verify it?
No. I mean, the way it's presented is it's all it's coming from experts. But okay, fine. Any could be an expert, but anything which are kind of grounded in studies, meta-analysis, many studies, big observation-sized groups. Those things had more weight. I then moved on to now I'm watching Game Changers. I know everybody watched it like 2 years ago. I'm just getting around to watching that one.
Let me know how you got on with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of I'm midway at the moment. I've seen the 3 players, the dolphins and the test tube and the centrifuge and the plasma. So yeah, I'll tell you when I get to the end. What was I going to say? So yeah, your fingers. You and your fingers.
Genetics,
and your dad's
man.
fingers.
Genetics,
Man. It all comes down to genetics.
I got dad's thumb. I got mum's fingers. It's weird.
I have interest. So your mum's hand, is it much bigger than yours? Oh, sorry, not bigger. but
Mum's hand is like, my fingers are really thin. Hers are a lot wider, but they're a little bit bigger than mine.
And how do you explain that? How do you explain that?
I have
evolution?
no idea.
So if dad had the farming, what did mum was cleaning your ass? That's what it was.
No. There's cleaning my ass, and then there's obviously
That's it, man.
the work in the kitchen, cleaning the house as well. Like, a lot of it's hands-on work. So, being an Indian wife, that's what it was like, right?
Okay. And again, coming back to genetics, because I know your bro is a prolific gymmer, and I know he can kill some mad weight. Like, how's he physique-wise compared to you?
He's like double my size width, double my arm size.
Right. Okay. Chunky arms.
But he's the same size as me. Like height, we're the same height.
Interesting.
It's just his build is a lot wider than mine.
This is coming back to that previous episode about the Kara boys and how they demolish pizza and he demolishes your food.
It is, bro.
And
That's what it is.
Oh,
I
guys,
didn't ask you. Go on.
one sec. A couple of weeks ago, Indy and I, what did we do? We got together to shoot some content. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to eat what Indy eats. I'm going to eat what Indy eats.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, you struggled, didn't it?
Oh my God, man. By the end, I was just like, this is not happening. Just let me go. I'm not going to make it.
Let me
Carry
die
on
in
without
peace.
me.
Give me something with the pain and let me die in peace.
Carry on without me. So, these Kara boys, beware, man. I don't know where they put it. I think
you saw me came through it like it was nothing to me. It was wild.
You eat, and then I think you just become Spider-Man. You go climb something and you just burn it off.
I eat, and I fart like a madman, and then I'm okay.
And then you climb.
That's it. And then I climb. That's it, boss.
That's it. Their life more simpler. Which means
Life
your
is
life
that
is
simple.
very simple. Siddi galla. Straight talk. Go on. What were you going to say?
I've forgotten now, so don't worry. What I was going to say is, where did the concept of the word hortifer come from? You know, where people say hortifer in the phone. It's like a filler, isn't it? Like, basically, the word means what else. So, you know, when people say, what else is going on? Or, so how are you? Like, something like that. They use that a lot as like, oh, hortifer. And I'm like...
There's a couple of these. So, Shindy is my missus, guys. Her dad has a classic phrase.
What is it?
Classic. Nummy taji, right?
What does that mean exactly?
So nummy new taji, like news thing. It's basically like, what's up? So what else? And he is notorious, like he loves using it. The thing is, when it's with the other people, like again, so what we're talking about now is in context is sometimes a lot of time we'll speak to people who we don't regularly speak to. And so there is that notion of awkward silence and, the
awkward silence, when you're talking to someone you haven't met in a while, it's proper shit. It just lingers. It's like, I just want it to go away. And you feel like you need to
either you end the conversation or you put this like filler in, so hord ki ho raha, hord fair, like, so what else? Like you said, and Namitaji, what's happening? Where did it come from? Yeah, I don't know the origins. But it's that thing that people...
It's like a thing, they don't want them to say, yeah.
What comes
they just don't like stopgaps.
They don't like stopgaps, and we think about Indian circles, right? So guys, the Indian circles are...
The Indian circle, this is quality, man, yeah. Whenever you go to an event and people stand there, the circle just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, I mean, just think about when we used to do Bhangra practice, right? So we do the Bhangra practice, right? And we've already made a plan. We're going to go to Nando's. we know where we're going, so it's not like we don't know.
Bear
But
in
we
mind,
still-
they will close the gate behind us to the venue, close it all up. We'll park our Gaddi outside of it, and we'll just stand in a circle and chat. Why?
And we have a plan of where to go. So it's not like we don't have to go anywhere, but we'll still stand there, talk some more shit, put the headlights on, look
They're
like
like,
we're
oh
gonna make
shit,
some
we need to go now.
low-budget
Last orders,
pocket ass
last
song.
orders. We need to go.
Yeah. Then we race across, and we all end up at the different Nando's. Then we get to Nando's, and then I actually remember everyone was so tactical when they got to Nando's.
Oh yeah,
They used to be
it's like, what's the table number?
I'm gonna order first.
What's the table number? Tell me the table number. Then someone gets the table number. They run ahead, sprint to the front of the queue, and then they order. And then at that time of night, there's always like minimal chicken left. Like there's like maybe like 3 legs left, and they're like, oh, first one in gets the half a chicken. Otherwise, you got to wait like 45 minutes just to put a fresh batch on. And I was like, 45 minutes, you know. What's that veggie patty saying? Yeah, right.
Bro, veggie patty Nando's, you gotta, nah man.
Oh yeah, go on.
Veggie. No. I'm just saying it's not called a veggie patty. You've never had the veg.
I haven't had the veg at Nando's. No.
Yeah,
I only go to Nando's for
veggie patty.
chicken. What is it? What halloumi and hummus?
The halloumi wrap's nice. There is the beanie that's quite nice as well.
Oh, the beanie wrap. That's it. The beanie wrap.
The super green wrap. I do like that. I think that's very, very tasty. I'll tell you what's really underrated at Nando's, right? Some of the drinks. There's a drink called the Mango Quencher. Try it.
Is it like Rubicon Mango?
Yeah, but the name is so nice.
Is it actually?
Mango. Yeah. Mango Quencher. I'm just like, it always comes out like super chilled.
It's like thirst quencher.
Yeah. Oh, this sounds really good. I don't know who introduced me to it, but the Mango Quencher and the Cloudy Lemonade, just really underrated.
Cloudy lemonade. Okay.
Yeah, Cloudy Lemonade.
Cloudy lemonade.
Behind you on the right hand side, something just flashed red.
Oh, it's
What
probably
is
my.
that?
It's my mum parking up. Yeah.
Oh wow, man, I was a bit freaked out there, man. I was like, what's happening? There was some aliens
UFO
coming through the
abduction
window.
happening right
Yeah.
now, man. That's it, bro. Yeah, mum's parking up the car, so
Okay, cool.
parents out gallivanting and all.
Well, the world's open now, isn't it? So I think. Have you found that? You know, like. I
What,
met
everything
somebody
being open
the other
again?
day. Yeah, and I guess the perception would be that people are racing to go to places. And I met someone, they were like, "Oh, the pubs are empty, like no one's in them."
Bro, I went to Bullring on Saturday and it was
Right.
really quiet, like eerily quiet.
Why did you go?
So I had to go because I had to pick up Sandra and Dad because I came to Birmingham for the day, right?
So
And,
you went to New Street. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I parked up in Bullring to go and get them, and I'm walking through Bullring and I'm like, this is actually a little bit quiet. And they've obviously closed down Debenhams, they've closed down Topshop, and they've closed down John Lewis. So
Ooh,
it's
slow
really
down. So,
quiet. Like
Debenhams-
not as in like ghost town, but that on Saturdays you tend to see like, you know, at the back towards the back of Debenhams they've got like these little trampolines and shit. The kids are always going on and all that, and you've got like a little area where people crowd around. None of that was going on. It was just really open and quite, what's the word? Small on numbers, quite shallow on numbers is the word I'm trying to go for. Yeah. I found it odd, man. I was there like, this is really, really shit. It's a bit
Kind
depressing.
of like you know when you watch apocalyptic films. Did it feel like Desert Ghost Town or?
No, it wasn't that extreme, but I did
was
see
that?
like a noticeable drop off in numbers to the point where I was like, oh, this is actually quite sad. So yeah. And then obviously, who's going to fill like 3 floors of Debenhams and 3 floors of John Lewis? Like, that's a lot of rental costs.
Oh, I know what you're thinking about now. Yeah, Debenhams is that one that's.
Debenhams is the
whole
one at the very
span.
back, right? So on the opposite end, you've got Selfridges, and that end, you've got Debenhams.
That's it. So that's I mean,
Debenhams
that's a
is
big
gone.
store in itself. Is
Yeah.
Debenhams now the one that's owned by Boohoo? They bought them out.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
So that's that. And then Top Man's gone now?
Top Man and Top Shop's gone.
No.
That
Like
got
a whole
bought by ASOS.
childhood, man. Oh,
That
okay,
got bought by
makes
ASOS.
sense.
It's still
That
there,
makes
but it's
sense.
only available online. There's no shops for it.
There's no shot. And then what was the third one you said?
John Lewis.
John
John Lewis.
Lewis?
They
Yeah.
moved out of Grand Central when COVID hit because they couldn't keep up with rent payments, and they said it wasn't profitable, and they had to do this massive scale back operation on Waitrose and John Lewis.
Damn, son.
So
I
they
mean,
pulled
John
it all
Lewis
back.
is a household name, isn't it?
It was the name of Grand Central, right? If you think about it, because at the back of Grand Central, it was, yeah, you walk in,
Bang
and you
in the
see
middle.
John Lewis, like it's the whole snazzy big
again,
look, but
3-4
Gone.
floors.
yeah, gone.
Yeah.
And there's no other major retail shops in there. Most of them are quite small, so I'm assuming the retail space is quite cheap in comparison, anyway. So
Be
it just
interesting
makes
to
you
see
think.
What take the place of John Lewis now? Like,
Meanwhile, you have flipping Primark as they're opening up, like with this
Mate,
massive
10 more stores.
massive European store. Sorry, what is it? The biggest store in Europe or something in Birmingham?
Yeah,
or what?
yeah.
And there's always a queue for it. It's wild. It's like going to a next sale on a Saturday. There's always a queue.
Or like the line that I saw was almost like what you see on Boxing Day.
Yeah,
that kind of
Boxing Day
level
next sale. That's it. Yeah.
Right, and I'm just like, why are you so desperate to go to Primark, man? Like,
'Cause it's
you can
cheap.
buy all the stuff online. No,
You
I don't. Like, Primark, absolutely, man. You can buy, like, I can buy loads of t-shirts from there. It's fine. My point is it that are you craving social environment?
No,
You just wanna
it's simply
be
because the
around people?
Primark website is so bad that you don't go on it. You go to, no, seriously, the Primark website's horrific. Try going on it. You can't buy it that much. The range isn't there. They do that jarnica so people go to the brick and mortar stores.
Okay, fine. Okay, that makes sense. But then my second question would be, do you really need like that many clothes? Like right now, like
Well,
what is the urgency?
The issue is with Primark, right? It doesn't last long. Well, this is my perception of it. I could be wrong. But whenever I bought it from Primark, like about 5-6 washes, it goes a little bit out of shape. It's not really the same. It starts like getting a bit like, imagine my boxes are straight. It starts like twisting a little bit to one side.
You
Your
buy
socks,
boxes from Primark.
your socks lose the elastic. You know what? One time I went to
you gotta
London
be
and I
up
didn't
your
pack
game,
any
bro.
boxes. I didn't
Up
pack
your
any
game.
boxes.
Up your game.
And I was like, shit, I didn't pack any boxes. So I went to Primark and bought a couple, and they only lasted me the weekend.
You are a renowned podcaster. You do not buy boxes from Primark. But on that note,
But
when I went
But the
when I
thing
went
is
on
that,
honeymoon,
hang on. But
Go
with that thing, the reason why I bought it is because I knew I've got plenty at home. I don't want to add more to it. I just need a stopgap for this weekend. So I wasn't bothered about it going out of shape.
yeah, good
And the
save,
social
good save, big
interaction
man.
thing, and
Good
the
save,
social
good save.
the social interaction thing, it's not a thing because
Right.
I think the reason why people go also is because it's low income families that go there so much because everything is so affordable. Like a pair of jeans, 12 quid, a t-shirt, £3. Like you can get a whole outfit at Primark and it's decent.
Absolutely, but is your going on from your point? So, what was your feeling that actually the people that are buying this stuff only buy Primark, and their stuff is so worn out now in lockdown year that they've got nothing
Yeah.
to wear? And is that what you think?
Well, essentially that, and also they just need new clothes for their kids that are growing up.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm a bit more. Yes, the world is opening up, and like I've been a doctor and I see stuff, and I'd say I'm one of the people who's happy to like with the whole come on, let's shake hands, let's hug and do all the stuff we're allowed to do now. I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, not racing to do this type of stuff, man. Like I'm looking forward to going to restaurants, going to Dishoom this Saturday. Looking forward to that.
Overrated? Oh, wait, you're going or you haven't been?
Going. I've never been. Everyone talks about it. We've never got a table in London. You got to
Okay,
experience it. It's in
tell me your
Birmingham.
honest thoughts on it afterwards.
We'll talk about the podcast, won't we, next week?
You were saying about your honeymoon though, about boxes. Yeah.
Yeah, so I forgot to pack any boxes.
Completely with the whole honeymoon.
Yeah. Obviously, I realized very early on. I was like, I ain't got no boxes, man. So, but then trying to find boxes. I think where were we? We were in basically we were in like some sort of landmark thing, and then we were at like the gift shop, and I was trying to find boxes there, and I was like, oh my god, these are all like specialty, the hell, like, you know, the Canada moose, so they're all like really weird, and it's only been they were like one pair of boxes like $30. I was like, I don't need a specialty pair, I just need a pack of boxes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Shindy, just Google Maps, find me a mall. I just need to find some boxes, man.
Mm.
And then we got some boxes, man. But then I was just thinking, I was like, how did I forget to pack boxes? Like, there's this thing that Jordan used to do, and you'll like this. I read this in his book, where whenever he was going for a stay, the way he packed is like he tried everything on he was going to wear.
Jordan is in Michael Jordan, yeah.
Yeah, Michael. How many of the Jordans you know, man?
Which book is this?
This was, I read this when I was not really young, but probably in school. I think it was called Driven. It was like it wasn't like a standard size book. It was like more like a square, had a lot of pictures in there. I think it's called Driven. And in there he talks about it. And I remember reading that and thinking, oh, that's a really good like idea when you're packing. Like know your stuff and make the combinations.
Yeah, but that's a lot of outfit changes, man. Imagine chopping and changing with your outfit again and again and again and again. I'd be tired by the
Absolutely.
fifth one. I'm like, bruv, just stuff it all in there. Let's go.
Yeah, my technique's advanced a little bit now. Now you just need bases in it. You need like a couple of pounds of jeans.
What I have is like
few
a standard
t-shirts.
to-do list. So whenever I'm going somewhere,
Yes, have
I
this
always
now.
make the to-do list like 3 or 4 days out, and then by that
Yeah.
time, little bits come into your head, you just add to it.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, cool. And then I'm like, yeah, done. That's pretty much it.
I have a travel box in the walk-in wardrobe.
A
Which
travel
has all
box.
as in anything travel related will go in there. Within that box, but there'll be like electronics. So these are the things I'm always going to need. So something to wear my suitcase, my plug converters, wires.
Oh, you guys are prepped, man.
spray.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to travel. So there's that. We're traveling actually this weekend. We're
Where you
going
going?
to Wales.
That doesn't
Dad
count.
turned 60.
You don't need
earlier
plug
in May.
converters.
No, we don't for that. You're right. I do need my wellies though. I need my overalls. I need my phone protector thing for the water. Doing a bit of hiking and that.
Of course.
We're doing clay pigeon shooting. Haven't done that before.
Ooh, that's
interesting.
quite fun actually. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, got axe throwing, which I know we've done before anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and quad biking. So
This is you and the family.
yep, I was like,
Mate,
I
Daddy
was like,
Mabby
Dad-
on the quad bike. What a guy, man.
I was like he's 60, and actually his birthday present, we've gotten a flying lesson for him and mum. So
Yeah.
a pilot, he's gonna fly, and then mum will be in the back just chilling.
That's quite cool.
So yeah, he loves flying. He loves flying. He loves tigers. So we were like, there's another thing which we'll probably do next year or something. There's like a tiger hotel in the UK. It's where you have these lodges, and it's just like clear glass, and then the tigers are just there, and you can stay.
In front of you, a tiger's in front of you in like a glass.
No, you're inside the thing. They're in a massive thing. Your lodge is set in that kind of. I can't think of
What?
the
So
word.
so you open the window and tigers are surrounding you.
No, it's not a window. It's just like it's like a. I guess it is a window, but it's not like the window you're thinking of. It's a big, massive. See-through. It's just see-through, man. It's glass, but it's not a window. You don't open it. You just can view the tigers from there.
I don't follow, man. Like, are they
Right,
going to be in your room or something?
Imagine this
Are
is
they
the
in your
room.
room?
Yeah? This is the room.
Yeah,
We're in the room here. The tigers are here
yeah.
on this side, right? You never go out that way. You come out this way to the rest of the resort. This side is the reserve where all the tigers are.
Oh, I get
So
it. Okay, I
so
thought it
you
was like
view them.
you wake up in the morning and you open
Yeah.
you
And you open the door,
and the tigers
and the
are
tiger
there in
comes
front of
in,
you.
you're like, "Woo!"
Right. I was like, what the fuck is this?
And you're
man?
like, yeah, I'm the
This
tiger
sounds like
king.
some-
Woo!
This sounds like some extreme extreme fuck around.
Extreme
Why would
bonding.
you do that?
No. So, yeah, what were we talking about? We're talking about travel, weren't we? So, yeah, I have like a standard. I've got my like a list for if I'm doing a 7-day trip. I've got my 4-day like a Europe quick trip, like one little cabin bag take on. Yeah, I just have a list of things. That's been, like you said, it's been refined over many trips.
Yeah,
Because
you see what I mean?
You know what I find? When you first do it, you just take so much shit
And you don't
you just
need.
never use, right? And you're just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm never gonna use this. But I could use this.
Yeah,
I can
just
see
in
my-
case.
Listen. I'm going on an overnight trip. I could use a nail cutter, right? Because maybe my
No,
nails
I
will
need a nail
grow.
cutter. No. Nail
Overnight,
cutter stays in my wash
one-day
bag all
trip.
the time.
1-day trip.
No, it's always in my wash bag, so it's fine.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like sometimes we do some of these things. It's just like, yeah, you're never gonna need any of these things, man.
Yeah, but a nail cutter's small. I'm on about like, oh, let me take a jumper on a hot holiday. Like, that's not going to be useful. Unless you're on the flight, maybe. But then you have a hoodie for that. Here's a question. When you fly, do you dress comfort wear or do you dress, like, smart?
Absolutely 100% comfort.
Thank you.
To the point where I go to India, yeah, like it's okay. So my passport photo has a patka, right? So guys, that's the mini turban that I wear, right? So when I'm going through customs and patka's on. As soon as I hit the plane, like I got my
Off.
this comes off, my topi goes on, my joggers are on. Like I'm super like it's all about chill. It's all about convenience. Like I see like my dad when he travels, he'll always. It's not that he's smart, but he'll have like shirt, belt, jeans.
Bro, my dad, he wears like a shirt, jeans, a suit jacket. I'm like, what are you doing?
Suit jacket.
He wears a suit jacket. I'm like, Dad, where are you going?
Yeah.
He's like, India. And I'm like, okay, Dad, whatever makes you happy, man.
Yeah,
Suit jacket,
dude.
you know. I'm like, that is so uncomfortable. Honestly.
Absolutely, I don't find it functional. I'm more about functional wear, especially when you're traveling, man. You got to be comfortable. I love trainers. I used to be a Tom's guy. The
You
problem with
still are
Toms
Tom's
is-
guy.
not on planes, because your feet get cold, man. Your feet get cold, man. You need socks and you need trainers. Thompson when you land on the other side. Here's a question for you. Are you a guy, so like a longer haul flight, not like your 2-3 hour one? Are you going to take your iPad and download films and watch it? Or are you going to watch the on-flight entertainment?
I like having both.
Okay, so to talk.
So let's say I'm halfway through like a series or something, yeah, and I'm like, oh, I can really crack it all out on the flight, and I will crank it out as much as I can on the flight. Like I will try and finish as much as I can. I'm like, yes, this is my time now. The worst is the worst is if you've committed to watching it with your partner, yeah, and you're both watching it. It's like, oh, you need to watch it with me, and they're able to sleep, and you're not. But you've got the iPad temptation in front of you, and you're like, you run through the possibilities in your head. You're like, okay, if I press play, and then if I finish it, it goes back to the start. So it says I haven't watched it. So if I let it run to 0000, it then resets the episode back. So if we have to watch it again later, she'll never know.
You can just move the thing.
Is it worth it? No. But it memorizes your last played. So when you've gone through an episode and it's finished, it resets it back to 0 as if it's been unwatched. But if you exit it like 10 seconds early, it shows you've got 10 seconds left to watch. So if you're going to do the series cheating, this is how you do it.
That's how you call it.
Series
guys,
cheating.
You've heard it first here.
Series cheating, bro. It's
unheard things before. Are you generally a guy who likes to sleep? Will you try and sleep on a flight? Or
I can't sleep on a flight. The only time I've ever slept on a flight was when I had to physically force myself because I was so exhausted. And that was when we got held up in America for like a few hours and we had to get a domestic flight. And the domestic flight was so uncomfortable and I was just so tired that I managed to finally sleep for the whole flight. I remember sitting in the seat and we're taking off, and I remember landing and being like, oh, we haven't taken off there? Like, no, we've been and gone. And I was like, shit, okay, I knocked out. Yeah.
It is a good feeling though. Like, like you, I've not had it many times where it's actually happened, but I remember, the standard India flight is about 8 hours, 8.5 hours.
Yeah.
I remember one distinct time where I think I slept 6.5 hours.
Bro,
and the feeling
of
waking
Indian
up.
Flights, I can't take it, man. The smell on the flights, man. You could just smell all the sweat. You could just smell the India coming out of everyone, and I'm like, I feel like I'm in like some recycled air back at home. And I'm living with like 20 people in a room. Like, it's too much.
I think depends.
The smell is so pungent that I cannot let it go.
Depends who you fly with. That's the first thing I'd say. The second thing is the thing that I like to do is I'm always going to pay now for legroom seats.
Yeah.
That's like a standard thing. If I'm not getting like premium economy or business, rare that I do business nowadays, but minimum, like I'll try and probably get premium economy depending on the flight. I'm definitely going to get like, yeah. Absolutely, man. I had one time, I remember, I don't know how this actually happened actually. I was in the flight, the airplane's bathroom. You know, you always have this weird doors like occupied, unoccupied.
Oh, yeah.
Right, the green and the red, and you just like, is somebody in there, somebody not in there. So I was in there, and obviously it said engaged, and it was fully closed. I don't know how this old woman opened the door on me.
While you were doing what? While you were wiping?
I was facing... She saw my backside basically, right?
She got a full sight of your hairy ass.
Right, and then I was just like, the door is locked. How has this old woman got like full like strength and just like ripped the door? She couldn't use her other arm. She's like, brah. Opened it. I was like, oh, and then the thing is, our eyes met because I turned around. I was like, and then it was just like, close the door.
The worst thing is, like, we had to walk out and walk past them.
Oh, I don't know. I think she went to the other bathroom. I was like, okay.
Oh man.
I was like, that was weird. Are you one of those guys, Indy, who like you get the free stuff on the plane and you get this stuff and you feel like...
Wait, hang on. Hold that thought. When you were taking a piss, just help me vision it, yeah? When you pee, do you drop your trousers down to the floor and then pee? So you show your whole ass? Or do you like pull the front down and that's it?
This is a very interesting point. The backstory to this as well. When I was in primary school, so when you're a little boy and you kind of, obviously, guys, trousers, we have zip, right? Mm-hmm. Which allows us easy access to...
No, God!
Pass urine, right? I, at this point, had not discovered the function of the zip, right? I was like proper dissy jack, man. I go to the toilet, the other boys would be there doing their business. I didn't understand how they were doing it. And I was just be like, bang, bang, burnt it down, yeah? Ass out, man. Ass and cheeks out, man. I was that guy. And I was like, how are these boys doing it, man? What kind of magic compartment do they have that I don't have? I didn't know about the zip. And yeah, so to answer your question, I think since then, like, unless I'm at work, okay, it's very functional. But if I'm like chill, nowadays, to be honest, I like sitting down, man. I don't know what you like, but sometimes it's like me time.
Seriously.
Even if it's the number one, I want to sit down.
No, bro, I like going to the toilet and sitting down because I can't be asked with aiming anymore. I'm like, yo, let me just run to the toilet, just quickly drop and sit down and pee. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I could just flush, wash my hands and leave. I don't have to like focus. Think of when think of when I'm peeing and it's going to like overshoot and then it's going to undershoot and then you got to adjust. I'm like, this is long. I just want to pee in peace. The only thing I have to worry about is not missing the gap in the middle. Yeah. You know, the gap in the gap in between the toilet seat and the toilet bowl. There's that little slit.
Are you aiming for the water? Do you hit the water or do you hit the sides?
No, so I'm saying if you sit on the toilet, right?
Oh,
the only thing you have to worry about is the gap, the little gap that you sometimes pee through. Yeah. Very occasionally. The only thing I have to worry about is that. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll take that risk over having to aim all the time and then having to wipe up afterwards.
Are you if you're doing your standing, you know, the conventional, are you someone who aims for the sides or aims for the water?
Nighttime I aim for the sides to be considerate to others.
Sound control, yeah?
Sound control, yeah. When I'm in the morning, I'm like, I need to hear some sound to wake me up. But in the morning, I never stand up and pee. I always have to sit on the toilet and pee. Like, I just need to. I need to wake up a little bit. Like, I can't stand up and start aiming straight away. I can't do it.
Recently, I've been using this new technique. You can try it if you want. Guys, if you're listening. And this is mainly for the guys. Ladies, yeah, this is what guys talk about. So, yeah. 2 hands on the wall. 2 hands on the wall, peeing. And...
what, and just, hang on, 2 hands on the wall sitting down or standing up?
No, standing up.
So how are you aiming? Your hands are...
Right,
you need a hand?
Lift the seat up, right? And then go, like, really into the toilet. Just lean and just you know, do your business. And I think once Shindy saw it and she was like, what are you doing?
You look like you're making love to the toilet, bro.
Yeah, she's like, what are you doing? You're trying to get in the toilet. And I was just like, I don't know. I think I just
trying to
did
shank
it once.
the toilet going.
I did it once. I really liked it. I was like, I want to use 2 hands. And then sometimes I just two-handed technique. Like, So guys, if you want to try that, just give me, you know,
I'm never going to try that, bro. I don't want to feel like I'm shagging a toilet. I'm sorry.
It's very underrated. Very underrated move.
Underrated, you know. Holy shit.
Yeah.
What was that thing you were going to say? I cut you off, sorry.
Right, so you're on the plane, right? So you get there and you get to your seat and then you've got this little goodie bag of stuff. Right, it's all miniature. Are you going to brush your teeth on the plane? Yes or no?
Yes.
And is there a minimum flight time? That
yeah, if it's a nighttime flight, yeah, I'll do it. If it's a daytime flight, no.
Gotcha.
But it depends. But it depends though, right? If I've slept, yeah, I'll clean my teeth. However, if they give me the little goodie bag, have you ever tried squeezing out more than one round of toothpaste out of it? They only give you just enough for just about one.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it's good for efficiency, but I'm like, well, if no one else is going to use it, I may as well just use it now, innit, real quick.
So you feel like you feel like you have to use it. Do you have a you know, the captain's like, oh, we should try this indeed. Let's do our best captain voices.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to go first?
Is he? Yeah.
You want me to go?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Jazz, your captain today. We are cruising at 35,000 feet and we are now approaching our descent. The local time in India is 10 o'clock. We thank you very much for flying with Indy and Doctor today. Right, so when that comes out, I'll invite you in a second to do your...
When that comes out, I shit myself. I'm like, I need to hurry up and get my last piss in.
Right. No, but do you have like a routine? Like some people...
Yeah, the routine is run to the toilet and go and empty yourself quick.
What else? Like, do you have like a thing about, right?
I have that and I'm like, I need to like...
On.
No, it's
get your bag.
It's like,
get your bag ready. Get your bag ready.
Bag
check
the
cabin is closed.
Yeah, because at that point it's like put all your electronics away, do everything, make sure everything's all tidy, and I'm like, okay, fine. This is like a little race against time.
You just sit there on your seat, like, I'm ready.
Sitting there on my time, yeah. One thing I noticed,
on.
right? I flew with my sister-in-law once, right? She sleeps on flights in the most psychotic way. So what she does here is she gets the blanket.
Two hands.
No. She gets the blanket. She puts it over her head. Right?
Oh god.
All the way onto her seat, and then lies back and has a seatbelt on her and has a sign on her that says, "Do not wake me up." And she sleeps like that. So she'll get like a sticky note or something and put it on her saying, "Do not wake me up."
And that's for like people when they come around for food and drinks.
Yeah. And she's there like looking like someone's been, killed or something, and they're just covering up the body. Yeah. She's there sitting like this, head to the side, knock out, and I'm like, what is wrong with you, you psychopath, right? And she's like, Indy, it's so comfortable, and I'm like, no, it's not, man. It looks claustrophobic.
All right, here's a question for you. I mean, the other one I've seen, I don't know how people do it, the folding table, and then they sleep on the table.
It's not comfortable. It hurts my back.
It's not. And again, people do that. Right, but here's the questionable questions, right? You get on the plane, you're in your seat, you got a funny little button which makes your seat go backwards.
Yeah.
What's the acceptable amount?
The acceptable amount is every man for themselves. Every man for themselves.
So what kind of guy are you? Are you the one who's just like, are you a slow edger? Like, or are you just like, bang?
No,
like,
I'm like, bang, I don't give a shit. Let's go. You're in economy, I'm in economy. The dickhead in front of me's done it to me. We're going to turn this into a human centipede, yeah? He shits on me, I'll shit on you, you shit on the guy behind. Let's go. Right? That's why you always aim for the seat at the very first row. That's why.
That's it. That's why I pay for it, man. I sit there. The only problem, tell me, what's the only problem with having that exit row seat?
Everyone walks past you all the time when you buy the toilets.
Nope, it's not that. What else?
Is it the chair, the flipping fold out desk?
Yeah, I don't like the TV that folds out. That's a good point. The other thing is your feet have nowhere to go. The best flight I've had, which kind of mitigated that, was in the Virgin. It was coming back actually from WBBC. Mm-hmm. Guys, that was a bungalow competition 2015. Came back in premium economy. They gave me a footstool. And I was like, oh my God, this is game changer, man. Because trying to sleep in a seat with your feet out is quite difficult. Add in a footstool and obviously you can go back a little bit. Oh my God, it's so easy.
Have you ever been on like a first class flight?
I've been business class a few times, but on those flights there was no first class.
All right, so whenever I do my honeymoon, whether it's next year or the year after, I don't know when it's going to be here.
Right.
But I've said to Sanj, look, we're going first class because I want to experience it just once.
Okay. Yeah, baby.
I want to just experience it just once. I don't care. I just want to do it. I want to go on a flight and actually sleep comfortably in like a little thing that reclines all the way back into a sofa. Let me just experience it. And apparently there's like, I've heard stories of chefs being on there. I've heard stories of massages being given to you. I'm like, what is this extreme life that they're giving in first class? Yeah, you sit there. As soon as you sit there, they give you a menu. I'm like, oh, we don't get a menu in economy, right?
Virgin for that matter. I mean, coming back to WBC, which is, guys, an awesome experience anyway. You're right. I got there, warm towel, right? That's the first sign. Warm towel, which is, if you think about it, it's really frivolous. It's superfluous. You don't really need it, but it's just.
It has no need. But when you hold it, you're
on a plane. You're on a plane. It's like when the snacks come. You don't need all those snacks. But it's like, oh, nuts, man. I've never seen nuts before. Let me have the nuts. And then let me have the pretzels. Oh, there's ice cream. And you just eat all this shit. And then you never say no. Like, they come around like, do you want one of these as well? Yeah. And then they come around the drinks trolley. And you see all these little cans and you get excited. Like, yeah, I want a little can, man. I love ginger ale. Like, ginger ale is my go-to drink on a plane. The Canadian Dry. And, I got a menu. And there was like options, and it comes on a real plate, and you got real cutlery, and it's just you
get real cutlery. You didn't even get the plastic shit. You get like a knife. They're like, oh, we trust you to not do anything stupid. I'm like, oh, why? Thank you, good sir. Right?
You've been screened.
Yeah, you are acceptable. Right? That's wild, man. Honestly, it just makes you think there's such a massive difference on a flight that's meant to give you the same service. You've never experienced this, but getting drunk on a plane is the worst thing you can do.
Okay, do tell.
The worst
How-
thing you can do.
How
Like,
so?
I've gotten a bit tipsy on the plane, and I felt horrible because I peaked too early. And the
Right.
rest of the flight was just like, I felt really, really sad, and I was like, this is actually quite shit.
I felt really sad.
Yeah, I felt really sad. I was like, oh, I'm in the air. I can't really enjoy TV because I'm a bit too drunk to enjoy it. Like, this is whack. And then eventually you kind of fall asleep and you sort of sober up, but it's not the same. I've seen people get drunk going on a plane, and they are fucked because when you get in the air, the pressure's different, and it makes you get drunk quicker, even though you haven't drank anything more.
Okay.
So it really fucks with you. And I'm like, oh, I've seen people knock out like full mouth out, drooling down the side of their mouth. And I'm like, this is not cool.
Doesn't sound particularly cool, man.
It's not comfortable. I would hate to be that person. You wake up just knowing that everyone's just looked at you like that for the last like X amount of hours. Your mouth gaping open and shit. Jesus.
Yeah, we went to Lanzarote family trip. And obviously you get like families and you got the stag goers and like, the hen do's and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
that's such a variety of people on a plane.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's just like...
Do they clap
because
when the plane lands?
Yeah, the clapping.
I've been on one of those
yeah.
flights and I'm like, it's his fucking job. I'm not clapping him for it. Jesus.
Yeah, is it clapping for him or is it clapping like we're alive, man? I'm alive, you know?
Oh, God.
So that kind of feeling as well. There's so much about flying, isn't there? Going through security, all that bullshit, man.
How many times have you
Oh.
been anonymously screamed?
None.
None.
No.
Nah, fuck you, bro. I've been interrogated bare times.
Bro, they know who Dr. Jazz is. They're like, yo, you just separate.
No,
man, thank you.
I've been given the full treatment, bro. It's wild. Yeah,
It's
it's not cool. Not cool. I'm used to
Not
it
cool.
now. I'll go in and I'm like,
You like
time
it.
for my
You like
anonymous
it, that's what I'm
check.
saying,
I don't like it. No, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm ready for
You're like,
my anonymous
let
check.
me assume the position. I'm ready.
Oh God. Yeah. One day, if you're with any of us and if we go to Vegas one day, Karen, I'll make sure you get anonymously checked. Yeah, fine.
I can't wait for that, man. I can't wait to just be out with the boys. It'd be nice to be on a trip. Here's a funny story. We went to Rome, family trip. Me, mum, dad, sister Shindy, before sister got married. October, I think, 2018. So, what is the rule for carry-ons in terms of liquids? Tell me.
None. No liquids at all.
No, you don't know liquids. About 100 mils, yeah? Remember, that's the rule.
Oh, are you talking liquids as in like perfume?
Yeah, or shower gel or whatever,
Yeah, okay,
creams
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just tend to
plastic
avoid
bag.
anything, but yeah.
Right. How long roughly has that rule been around?
About a good 5-6 years,
Right. It's not new, right? So
maybe more than that.
Dad goes to security first, yeah? He's really happy. He's like, I got through. No problems. Right. And then we all come through and we're like, Dad, where's your bag? He's just forgotten his bag. And as in, it's obviously gone through the conveyor belt thing, but it's actually gone to one side. So they've been saying, whose bag is this? Because we need to check it. So then Dad goes there and they open the bag up and he's got this massive Lynx shower gel, full size, right? And so the lady's like, yeah, you're not allowed this. And then Dad's like, oh, did they change the rule recently? And she's like, yeah, it's been about 7 years. And he's like, oh, well. It's just so funny. He was there like, come on, guys, come on, look at me. I've been straight through. I said, Dad, you haven't even got your bag, man.
Oh God, poor guy.
Full size shower gel.
That brings up memories of when we went on your stag to and Dalip.
Yeah.
Do you remember when? No, it wasn't that. I missed the stag. It was Dalip's stag, right? He's one of the guys that we all know. The boys all went on it, and him and his brother, they had to check in a bag. And everyone has been like, why? We only came for the weekend. We all had like carry-ons. He's like, no, I checked in a bag. And they were saying, why have you checked in a bag? Like, what's in there? He said, oh, shower gel. He's like, hang on. You pay 50 quid to check in a bag because you wanted to keep the shower gel. He's like, what was a shower gel? He's like, Link shower gel. He's like, so hang on. You can just buy this Link shower gel when you get back to England and save yourself 50 quid. But instead you chose to go out of your way, get to the airport early and check it in. And he just looked dumbfounded like, oh. I was like, they saw you coming a mile off, son. Jesus Christ.
That is, I'm not in that crowd in terms of, I'd rather take my miniatures or whatever. even with the miniatures, what Shindy and I do is we have like generic containers, because actually buying miniatures is actually very expensive. You go to Boots and stuff and you buy it. It's a rip off. So you buy the full size stuff anyway that you're going to keep at home, and then we fill our little miniatures.
That's smart.
Like,
yeah.
Right. There's that. Oh yeah, get to the other side, buy everything there. That's quite easy.
When you get to Boots, there's always that one shower gel I always get. Yeah. It's that green, that green
yellow or green one. Yeah,
that green mint one. Oh my
the black
god,
cap.
man.
Yeah.
Yes, man. That thing makes you feel like you're on holiday.
About.
You apply it and it just feels like it's burning your skin, but it feels so good.
Skin.
Right?
Cleaning.
Mate, you put that on you the morning after a hangover, you feel like you're alive.
Alive, yeah. Tingling skin.
Straight up tingling skin.
Oh
man.
There's that, and I like the sunscreen, the spray on.
Oh, spray on sunscreen's better than the actual full lotion.
You get the full lotion, the white stuff. You just got to rub it in.
It never sinks in.
Go.
It just feels like it's
paste.
just lying on your skin. It's like, what is this? It just looks horrible.
The key is to buy. When we talk about the spray, it's the one that says Invisible Mist. That's the one to buy.
Invisible Mist.
It's got the yellow cap, the blue bottle, the blue metal can, and you just. And
have you ever tried buying sunscreen during during off-peak season? So if you try and buy sunscreen to go to a warm location at like Christmas, have you tried it?
No, what?
You know how fucking expensive it is? They like triple the price.
Oh.
Because they know that you're going to like a foreign destination, so they're like, well, you're gonna pay hand over fist now, mate.
That's interesting. Have you ever been to somewhere like at that Christmas period where for us it would traditionally be cold and we have our Christmas tree inside?
No, and I don't think I could do it either. I wanna be cold at Christmas.
Like Christmas is Christmas is cozy.
But in Australia it's their summer and they're like, oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, on the beach. Yeah.
I'm like, no, I can't be doing that, man. I need to be cold.
Yeah. I'm not watching Christmas films if it's warm outside. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
It feels weird, doesn't it? It feels like you're like cheating the system. It's like, what's going on?
Cheating the system.
Cheating the system, yeah. But even then, their version of winter in Australia isn't winter. It's still warm.
When is their winter?
Summer.
Our summer, it's like June, July, like now.
Yeah, so it's not exactly freezing. It's like a decent warm temperature.
They're like, it's only 20 degrees.
Only 20 degrees while we're out here being like dying for 20 degrees right now. I saw the news the other day saying, heat wave in England, 20 degrees. I'm like, that's barely even a mild, warm weekend. But okay, whatever gets people excited, right?
In winter in India, like December time, is awesome.
That's cold.
No, well, it's cold, but it's not us cold. It's not England cold. Like, because the thing is, Indian summer is like 45 degrees, man. It's bloody hot. But if you go towards the kind of the back end, it's quite nice. You still you have to use blankets.
Hang on, where in India though? Are you talking like Goa?
No. I'm talking about Punjab. The 2 times I've been in winter, like December time.
Isn't it like mad foggy and cold?
Yeah, it is fog, but I know we were walking around with. You might have a light jacket. I might have to use my builder's jacket. But again, comparing it to if you go to India in the summer, right? 45 degrees, man. Air conditioning everywhere. Like, I go from the car to walk to the restaurant and I'm out in the sweat having fully showered. Like, it's not compatible with life, man. But when you go in the winter, it's quite nice.
That's true, The weird thing is when you're in a hot climate and you showered, you're like, do I have a cold shower or a hot shower? Because you're like, well, if I have a hot shower, I'm going to come out colder. But if I have a cold shower, it'll feel nicer, but I'm going to come out hotter. And then you walk outside and you stand in your balcony, you're like, I'm sweating already.
Yeah. What is the point, man?
It's horrible, man.
You got any plans to go to the seaside or anything? Or
seaside? What am I, 5 years old?
I don't know, man. When was it? I wasn't really a guy who would enjoy being in the water, right? Until we went to Hawaii. And I was like...
Karan, I won't only go in the water if it's outside England. I've seen the state of the sea in England. It's not nice.
Okay, fine. But you are someone who likes to go in the water?
Yeah, I like it if it's really warm. And if it's clean. So, like, if the water's clean, yeah. But I remember when we went to Miami and we saw the sea there, I was like, yo, this is disgusting.
Really?
Right? Yeah, it wasn't clean at all. It was quite dirty.
So in the beaches there, do people go or not go?
No, the beach is fine, but the water's dirty.
So people just don't go in the water then?
Well, they go in the water, but if I was somewhere like that, I'd expect it to be like cleaner.
Yeah,
Probably stupid,
my perception
but
of
that's what I
Miami
thought.
would be this is going to be a
Like
clean place.
ice clean water. Ice clean, is that even a word? Like clean blue water. That's what I expect.
Clear water. Okay,
Yeah, clear blue water. No, none of that.
none of that.
I'll never forget going to Dubai as like a early teenager. That was an experience, seeing like seeing the beaches there, the man-made beaches in the water. I was like, this is wild. I didn't even know it was fake. It felt so real.
Family holiday or?
Went with my sister, my brother-in-law, and my sister-in-law because they just wanted to go away for like a summer and they took me and it was cool.
Oh,
But
do you get some McDonald's?
oh, I wish I did. I don't think I did. No. I was like 13 at the time. If that.
Oh, baby
Look at
Indy.
me. Yeah, me with my little non-bearded self. I met some old work like the other week, right? And
Right.
they didn't believe me when I showed them a picture of me without a beard. They're like, you
When
look so
when you
different.
say, you mean little beard or just like no beard because
no beard, like
Like
clean
just young
shaven,
days.
like clean shaven Indy. I used to be clean shaven when I was like 18.
I don't think I don't know that Indy. I've never seen that either.
I'll show you a picture of him one day and you'll be like, that's what you used to look like. I was
Did
like,
you have
yeah, this is
braces
why I
on
have
as
a
well?
beard. No, I didn't. I had braces late. I had braces when I was like 20.
Yeah, I don't. And
19,
your
20.
Patka? What was your Patka flex back then?
I had vodka, yeah, I had a vodka.
Like the down version or the up version or?
The up version.
Yeah, the up version.
Yeah, I had the up version for years. I only started doing down version after travelling.
Oh my god! I've never seen this version of Indy, man.
You saw the up version of Indy with a vodka. Every Bhangra practice I had it up. I had it flat though. It was flat. It
I
wasn't
like
rhino
mine.
horn.
No, that's what I'm on about. Yeah.
No, I wasn't rhino horn, Indy. No, I was like flattened hair. Like I had my hair there, but it was like pancake.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Right, you think I was a rhino horn kid? No, bro.
Yes.
I'm not like those Canadian kids. Yeah, they rock that shit till the wheels come off.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of guys who do it here, but it's much less here.
It's very
For the
rare
older-
to see.
For the older generation, that is. The younger kids. I think it's like a rite of passage. The transition is you start with the jura. Jura guys is your hair,
Yeah,
in
in
the
like a
top
little
half.
handkerchief.
right? But it's all patka, yeah, and then it's kind of tied up with the strings. And
Mm.
then my next evolution was that bit comes off, but it's still the front, the hair, right? So it's
Mm.
just down,
Mm.
and then now it's just migrated to the back. And well, in your case, it's just come off, hasn't it? And your jura
That's
is
Boss.
there somewhere. Yeah.
I still call myself Sikh, but I don't wear a vodka. I know, don't shoot me.
No judgment here.
I still get judged, I swear I still get judged by it for not having my hair in like a bug or like in a vodka. Honestly, I do.
You look nice with a pug.
Even by our own people, like it's wild. I'm like, why is it such a big deal to you?
You know your pug style.
Yes.
Is it different to your dad's?
Yes, massively different. Mine's a Turkan style. Dad's is a Patiala Jat style.
Explain that to me.
So dad's style does not suit me. His style was like a spaceship on his head. Yeah, I don't like that. I have a small head. Yeah, he has a much wider face.
But
Right.
because what you're really talking about is it more the style? Because obviously someone like Diljit, or a lot of people, if you tie the Patiala Shahi properly or neatly, let's say, but there's a lot of variance. You're right. There's a lot of variance within that pug style. Whereas the style you tie is a lot more standardized.
Yeah,
Like
the
with
style
the
I
folding and
tie
everything.
is just, it's like it's folded, it's neat, it's tidy, it's smooth. It's easy to apply.
So your wedding
I'm
day,
fine with that.
what style are you gonna have?
I'm gonna tie my own pug, yeah, sorted.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Fine.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
I'm
been
not gonna do
since-
anything
since day
special.
one?
No.
Have you
Mate.
got any pictures of like you with the other style?
No, none.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
If you want to tie one on me, you can.
We should do that for the podcast. That'd be quite interesting.
No, you can just tie one on me and we can put it on Instagram and people can see it. There you go.
We can do that. That'd be
We can set that up at our next meetup. Done.
Is Bal the same? Does he share your philosophy?
Yeah, he used to tie his own little flex, and then when I learned how to tie it, he just copied me. That's it.
Oh, sure. You're the trendsetter. Okay.
Yeah, shit, I actually kind of am. Trendy
So
thing.
when you have the kiddies,
Yes. Keep the hair, yeah.
um,
Definitely,
were you-
man. I want
were
to
you-
keep the hair.
No, were you a Patka guy or were you the Ramal guy?
Oh, when I was a kid?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I did both.
You did both?
What do you mean?
As in, so obviously, guys, what I'm wearing now is a buttercup. I'm covering all my hair, but as a young Sikh boy, you can have a situation where just the top knot bit is covered with like a white handkerchief.
That's what I had. Yeah, I had that, but a black handkerchief.
Yeah, okay, so you had Ramal, not buttercup.
Yeah, I had that, and then I transitioned to a vodka.
So, too cool for school.
When I was like in year 7 or something, I started wearing a vodka.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought I could hang with the big boys. I was wearing like this. I was wearing my brother's old vodka that weren't even black. It was like turning grey because it had been washed so much. You know, the ones where they're so worn out.
No, I'm thinking about that, but I'm also thinking about there's a phase where I went through like multicolored vodka.
Oh, you went through colours. You were the colour coordinating guy.
Pink, green, yellows. Like I was bright.
How was that? Were you getting any props for it? Did anybody recognise you?
No.
Did Jenny on the block say hello, Karan? I like your vodka today.
Hey, Jazz. Like, yeah. She's like, I'm gonna match my chunni to your pug. Yeah.
No go or chunni to school, man. No.
Oh god. But the funny thing is, back then you're just like, nah, man, I need to wear black, man. I need to be cool, like navy blue and black. And as you get older, like now it's all about vibrancy and colors. Like if you're the same, like your pug color on your engagement, peach. It's like a peach corally color.
Yeah,
really, really nice. It's popping. Rather than if we just wear black and blue every day, it's just boring.
No, I like having different bug colours because it's like it gives me something to look forward to. If I had to wear the same colour bug all the time, I just not have fun with it. I've got so many different colours. I'm like, yeah, I actually look forward to, folding it, ironing it in place, tying it, making sure it's all okay. Like I make a bit of a game out of it.
Routine, a game, gamify it. Okay.
A game out of it.
Tell me about your t-shirt. You got some big boy in your t-shirt.
Oh, this t-shirt. Here we go. Hang on. This is this boy here. For those of you that can't see, it's basically a polar bear stepping on a Lego brick.
Is it a polar bear
Yeah.
or is it like a normal bear?
It's a polar bear. It looks like a polar bear to me. It's white.
It looks like the bear out the Revenant, the one that mauls Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, potentially. Got it from Spain in Madrid.
Madrid.
Found it like a pop-up shop.
And tell me, okay, so what's the message here? What's the symbol? Lego.
There is no. It's just funny because he's stepping on a piece of Lego. Look,
Because
he's screaming in pain. He's shouting in pain. That's it.
So why is this Lego here?
Yeah, he's just shouting in pain. That's it. He's like, that's it.
Is that how you feel?
That's how I feel inside
That's how
sometimes.
you feel.
I step on a piece of Lego. Have you ever stepped on a plug or a piece of Lego at night time? Oh, the pain. Oh, the pain.
I remember once in med school, second year, these are the days where I hadn't passed my driving test, so I used to take the train, which is okay because University of Birmingham had the same train station, and med school was just outside that. So perfect. But I remember waking up one day and I think I stepped on my laptop charger and kind of made a little hole in the bottom of my foot. And then
Hole in the bottom of your foot? How big are we talking?
Like, no, not big. Just like a little bit, but there's a bit of blood, and I think I just passed out, and then I just fell asleep.
You passed out?
As in, I don't know what happened, I can't remember, but I think I passed out, fell asleep, woke up, missed the lecture. I was like, shit, I just stepped on this charger. It was like, when I say the charger, so it wasn't the plug part, it was the bit that goes into laptops, so the circular bit. And it was a bit old and sharp, and it just kind of made like an impression.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you get it seen to?
Nah, man. It's all good. The old Dettol? Bad boy
That's
Dettol.
what you did. You just smack some Dettol on it and put a sock on it. That's it. You're fine.
Shit, man. Desi Jata, man.
You're limping away, hopping into lectures on one leg.
Guys, not going lectures now for next week. Who am I lying, man? I used to go every lecture, man. I was the guy.
You were too much of a good boy, man, Sachi. You were. 4 good grades the whole way through school, university, everything.
Absolutely. It was all about academia, and now it's all about... Now I like applied academics. I like life experience. I like interesting conversations. I like apprenticeship. Yeah, I think different ways to learn. I think that's the style I'm enjoying at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I saw the other day, I was on YouTube. Since we had Dino on as a coach, right? I was looking at seeing who are fake coaches out there, and this guy who done
Jay messaged me today about this.
Who did?
Jay
Paynes. It's
Same
that
story.
kid, innit? That
Govey.
that fucking kid, Govey. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, there's this kid. What is it? TS3.
I think his academy is GS3. I mean,
So,
I've known
yeah.
about him for a while, but he I
Gurveer
think, was a
Singh,
medical
that's his
student. He's a
name,
medical
right?
student, yeah?
Yeah, he basically set up his own trading company.
Forex
And then-
trading, yeah.
Yeah, it was forex trading and con people into buying it, and then not buying it but investing with him, and then telling them that he was, you know, regulated and everything, and he was all okay and everything was all cushy, and essentially people put their money in, their price went up, which is great. They tried to withdraw it. He said no, keep it in, because if I withdraw your money, you're going to tank everybody else's position. And then eventually they all went bankrupt and they had nothing there. People put in their like life savings into this guy and shit.
I think the
'Cause he
amount
was so
that was lost
convincing.
in total was something like 3 million.
Yeah,
I think
3
that was a
million.
stat that I saw today.
Yeah.
The thing is, what I didn't read all of it, but I know Jay had it in his story. It was about, like, you know, if I create a course, right, and I have a coaching program, right, that's one thing, like teaching somebody a skill set. But then, if you're offering financial advice and you're not authorized by the FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority,
That's it, the FCA, that's the one, yeah.
right? So you have to be regulated.
He claimed he was, though, that's the thing.
Yeah. Which, I mean, this dude's like in his 20s. I think he was a medical student. I'm not sure if he still is a medical student. He had the usual, you know, the bling bling in the cars and the.
So the bling bling and cars was paid for by like the actual forex companies to get him on board and to get other people on board to just put in money into their shit.
Yeah. And then he's got the, you know, the things where people just vomit fashion, where you wear like everything Gucci.
Here's the fuckery though, right? Apparently he got approached by the journalist who done the piece on him on the BBC. His name was Mobeen.
Being the undercover guy.
Yeah, and he approached him and he said, like, you got a comment or anything? And he said, no, he didn't have anything to say. He was out in Ilford walking with his dog. He ran into a shop, called his mum to come and collect him, and drove away in the car with his mum.
Sorry,
He wasn't living this, like, mad flash life. He was just having it to basically stump for a bunch of pictures. And then he went back to his normal life in Ilford with his parents living at home. Very humble beginnings.
Interesting. The point I made to Jay is, look, whether it be Forex, whether it be property, whether it be business mastery, right? These gurus exist everywhere. Public speaking.
That made me jump into like a loophole on YouTube, man, just seeing how all of them did it. Like Ty Lopez, all those guys. I was like, fucking hell. There's so many of them.
We spoke about this with remember Raj?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Raj.
And Raj just said like he even met all those people who were like claiming they were living big and then going to stay in like a 3-star hotel after.
Yeah. Exactly that. And the question always to ask is, are you making money from teaching me, like the course, or are you making money from the thing you're teaching me? That's differentiation, right?
Which one should it be?
It should be like, if I'm teaching you about how to make money from property, then I should be making from property first. And then, yes, I can show you the techniques. But if I'm just making the money by showing how you had to do it, and I don't really care, I'm not investing.
Which means you're the product, yeah.
Right? Then this is what a lot of these guys do. And the thing is, if you learn how to do basic things like look at the company's house, look at their accounts, right? And just...
Yeah, but people ain't got time for that, because when they put you in that pressure cooker situation being like, you got 15 minutes to buy, and they're like, oh, it says if you're having second thoughts, then this isn't for you, bro. And it's like, no, but it is for me. It's like you're playing on people's own psychology.
There's a whole thing about this. If you're interested, you want to watch it. There's a guy called Mike Winnett. He's from Warrington up north. I know that place because I invest there for property. He's got a video called the Contrepreneur Formula. So the things that you're talking about, Indy, and I know we talked about before, the number ending in 7, right? The 1997, the 997. What you talked about there is false scarcity, urgency, limited urgency, places, only today, one place left, that kind of stuff. There's a whole system to this type of stuff.
The fuckery is, right? I was thinking like, I used to work at a place where the main CEO was doing this, and I didn't realize it at the time. And I was like, he was doing this. He was selling himself, basically saying like, oh, you get unlimited access to me and all this shit.
Oh,
and I was like, he was doing the mastermind groups and shit, and then he would and then you want to jump on the agency side, and it was like a step ladder where like you get in the base one and you jump and you jump and you jump and you jump, and it's like it never ends. And I've seen people who are there just always unhappy with the service that they're given. And I'm like, yeah, you're paying out your ass for this. Like, what are you doing?
The thing, and this is you make a very good point there.
But it just messes with me, because I'm like, yo, how are you not realizing you're conning man for money? Like, how do you fucking sleep at night? You're literally stealing people's money.
Yeah, no, but
you're not giving them anything.
what you're talking about there is about conscience, isn't it? Right? You're coming from a moral and ethical viewpoint where it's obvious and you're integritous and you have integrity. When what Rad said on the podcast, he was like, you got these hustlers doing it on stage, but then you got the guy in Paris with the 3 cups and doing the balls. You know, like everyone's, it's just hustle at different levels and different ways. Ultimately, it comes down to value, though, right? So, you know, when I sit down with people, I've got a coaching program. It's not for everyone. It's a lot of hard work and time, effort, energy. It's a premium product, right? I don't shy away from that. And what I say to people is, look, the reason why it's priced at this point is because it's an exchange of value. If I deliver on this, this, and this, and you get this result, it's worth it. You know, it's worth its weight in gold and probably more. It's when there is no value, or not no value. It's like what a lot of people find is the stuff they're telling you is so like surface level that you could find in these self-help books. It's like, what am I paying for, man? You're just reinventing the wheel, using your own terminology. And then because it always comes to, well, if you want more, here's the upsell. Yeah. Come and get it with me. 10 grand. No, you want more access to me? 100 grand. I met a guy, I was on a program, and his like top product was 100 grand coaching program, and people were paying it. And I was just like, what? I was like, this is just, crazy.
How do you stop people from like thinking that you're like one of them with the same like funnel approach and the webinar and shit and the premium product?
Yep. Good question. That comes down to really, I'm very transparent, so you can look at all my channels. You can look at all my reviews. That's the first thing. There's social proofing out there. In terms of credibility, I come from a place of science. So, you know, what I bring is psychology and coaching, but bringing them together. And then we have the alignment call. You know, the alignment call is where we jump on a call. It's 90 minutes with me. It's purely, it's unadulterated access to what I do and how I do it. I lay it all out. It's not like sign up and then I'll start showing you stuff. It's like, this is what it is. This is where you are. This is where you want to be. This is how we're going to do it. This is the investment. You want to do it? Yes or no? That's it. It's really that simple. And I know, and because it's an 8-step program, by call 2 or 3, like you've got so much value. Like I'm taking a guy through this now. It's going to be released later this year in the form of some content. So he's a big YouTuber. He's got 1.8 million subscribers. So he's big. I'm taking him through the program with the hope that, we are documenting his journey as we go through, and then he's doing a piece on that. He's going to release that as content on the back end, just to increase the reach of this work. We're in talks now about doing it with some high-level athletes, and if I get if some of these convert, then I'll definitely share it on the podcast. But at the moment we're cooking those up. But it's a good question, man. It's all about being credible, being authentic, and when you've got, like Dina said, like on the podcast last week, he's got nothing to hide, man. Like ask him anything you want, or ask me anything you want about the coaching. I'll just tell you. There's no like smoke and mirrors, And it's about being the right fit. That's the other thing, Indy. A lot of these guys, our solution will fix every problem you have. It's bullshit, man. It's like me saying as a doctor, my treatment I can give to any diagnosis. Yeah, man, you got a problem, give paracetamol, aspirin. No, that's wrong. So, and again, that's the whole point. The 90-minute call is really for me to diagnose and sit with you and say, have you got the specific problem for which I have the specific solution? Are we going to be a good fit? If we are, I'm going to recommend the solution. If we're not, I'm going to say, I enjoyed the chat, but yeah, I think you're better off doing this, this, and this, and maybe come back if this changes or whatever.
Good clarification, man. I think it's important because when I was watching this, I was like, yo, this sounds very similar to some things that I know that people that I know do. For example, you. There's a couple of other people that I've worked with in the past, and like it sounds very much like what you guys do. And I've put together those like funnels and shit, and I've seen like live webinar when it's just a fucking pre-recorded thing that's been played again and again. And it just made me think like, fucking hell, this is insane. Why do people fall for it? But
because there is a pain, isn't it? Everything when you buy something, it's either it's pain and gain, isn't it? But pain outsells gain 10 to 1. I want to have more money. I want to have more time. I want to be healthier. These are the main ones, isn't it, that people are selling. And if it's a potential thing, I can take you from here to here. I've got a technique. I've got social proofing because I've got this flashy car, or I do this. Whereas everyone does that, man. Like, so everyone's doing the Tai Lopez, the kind of Lamborghini in the basement.
This is my car, and this is my bookshelf. and all the knowledge that I've read. Like,
But that's like the standard thing now, or I'll come in like a helicopter. Whereas, my audience that I want to appeal with, it's like, I sit with them, it's like, listen, I don't want those things. And a lot of people, the people I help, they don't want these things either. The whole point of the program is to uncover what you actually want and to live authentically, right? For me, that's a pretty frugal lifestyle, man. I like the things I do. I want to do more of them. I don't need this flash. I don't want to show you flash. I want to show you real. Bruce, I was just thinking about today actually in the car. Bruce Lee, had this great thing when he was asked, like, what is a great martial artist? And he said, I can't remember the exact words, because, to honestly and truly express yourself. He basically talks about honest expression of self. He goes, it's so hard. He goes, it's so easy for me to be all like a flash and doing these kicks and punches. But he goes, to honestly express myself, he goes, that is a true martial artist. He was saying that, because he studied philosophy, Bruce, and he was like, this is how to live life. But how do you do that? How do you honestly express yourself? How do you stop doing the things that you think you want and start doing the things you actually want? That's the difference.
Okay. Going back to that kid though, fucking hell, he's on the dropshipping hype now. Good for his thing. He's on dropshipping now instead of Forex.
He had both businesses at the same time. It was like GS3 Academy, that's what it was. And he had the Forex side, and he had the dropshipping side. And he's like, I'm going to make you this money. I reached out to the dude from a medical point of view. I was like, you're a doctor, you're doing this. I was like, let's have a chat. He didn't get back. Like, he had one of those, he clearly had someone managing his account. They sent a message back. I'm in this world, I know. I was like, look, you're clearly somebody who manages his account. I want to speak to the guy directly.
What did they say?
No, nothing. Just, ghosted or whatever. And I was just like... Because from my point of view, I was looking at the guy, I was like, dude, this is not the image to have, man. Like, what are you doing? Like you.
Why isn't it the image to have?
It's just not authentic, man. Like this flash and cash. Like he's walking around giving £10 notes at people.
That was a nice publicity stunt, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just I was like, dude, if you're actually genuinely doing this and you've cracked it, you could do this in a way where people would actually pay to come properly to do these things. But why are you portraying yourself in this light? Now the property company I went through, right? They were legit, man. They had every time I was on a course, 100, 200 people in a room, consistently, great reviews. You'll never hear this company about, this is scam, because they've got real people with property experience coming to teach you, giving you real value. It can be done. Like, you can charge for something and deliver value. It's not like it has to be one or the other. It's just people get greedy and they want to do it on mass scale, and they want to do the least amount of work, but charge, whatever they charge.
Yeah, it's just mad, like the conscious thing where people just still do all this fucked up shit and still think it's okay, and just it proper grinds on me. I don't know how working for someone like that, as I was looking back and I was like, I should have fucking bailed earlier. I don't know why I did it. I was just in it for the paycheck, but I didn't see it until I left, and I was like, oh, that was actually a really bad deal. Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Well, thankfully you're not like them, Darren.
For a while I thought I was going to become one of them. I thought that
Why?
was as in, when I got into personal development, I thought the epitome of personal development was to be a Ty Lopez or a Grant Cardone or some of these dudes, like Success Resources, get on the stage and just sell shit. And yeah, I thought that's it. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
What stopped you from getting there?
No, I got really close, man. 2019, NAC, the National Creative Achievers Congress, which is put on by Success Resources, came to Birmingham. Headlining was Grant Cardone and Gary Vee. Gary Vee closed out the show on Sunday.
Yeah.
Russell Brand was there. Really, really good. Loads of value, but it's basically it's pitch fest essentially. And at that, there was a behind or closed door meeting with the owner of Success Resources, a guy called Richard Tan, him and his wife Veronica Tan. There's actually there's a video of me and Veronica Tan on my Instagram.
I remember that, yeah.
Check it out, right? And basically they had this program, they're like, there's this program called the Protege program where you give us investment, I think it's 50 grand, and then it was, you get to roll with us for the next 2 years. You go to all Tony Robbins events, you go to all the events you want to go to. We build out your offers for you, we get you on our stages, you sell from stage, right? So I was in that meeting, with a couple of us, and I was like, is this it? Is like, is this the opportunity? Like when you're there, you think this is the opportunity, and then I didn't go for it.
Why didn't you go for it? Because you weren't convinced.
Yeah, I was just like, because I saw things. I saw some of the other guys actually on the program. I met them. I was like, these guys are not inspiring at all, man. Like some of them came out on the stage during that show, and they were just doing basic things like introductions. And I was like, man, these aren't great speakers. Success resources have massive leverage, yes, but they do have a bit of a rep now.
A bad rep.
Kind of, in a sense, for these pitch fests, whatever. Because the business model is essentially they make a loss on putting on the event. Then when these guys sell from the stage at that first event, they break even. But when you attend those, whatever you pay for, the upsell on that, that's when they make their profit, because they take like a hefty chunk. I think they take at least 40% of the back end sale, the upsell.
Wow.
The 10K product level. That's when they make profit. So it's a long funnel. But they've been around a long time. They're one of the biggest ones. They're recognized. They got Tony Robbins.
They got what?
Tony Robbins.
He's the guy that runs it.
No, he doesn't run it, but he's like their mascot. Let's say he's probably their biggest star. They got all the gurus. Let's say. But he's probably the biggest.
Like a whole other world to me, man. Honestly.
It's a whole new world, man. I'm telling you. There's a guy you will like. You'll appreciate his videography. His name is James Johnny Jani.
He's the guy whose video I watched. About it yesterday.
The fake guru.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. The dude's only got like 7 videos, but he's nearly got 1 million subscribers. But the quality, the video production quality. You watch his one about MLM as well. That's where you'll see your Vimeo, what was it called? I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's
Vimeo. We'll go with Vimeo.
Yeah. With Bob Proctor. So, watch it. There's 2 parts, I think, to the fake guru one. There's 1 and 2, aren't there? So, watch his videos. The one about money is very good. All his stuff is very, very good.
I'll check him out now before I go to sleep, actually.
Yeah.
So let's call it there, because I've got to get up early.
Lovely.
Right, I'll chat to you next week. We've got some good guests coming in the future, by the way, guys. So I'm sure you guys are going to get very excited about the shit we're going to put out. So if you've got any guests you want us to talk to, anyone you want to recommend, please shout us. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe, and pass this on to somebody that you think will like the podcast, because we're trying to boost our numbers somehow. Word of mouth is the way forward for us, honestly.
Indy, what kind of guests are we looking for? Give people a bit of framing.
Oh yeah, so we've niched down to our podcast here, and we said that we want minority voices with a story to tell, but equally at the top end of it, it needs to be an enjoyable, fun conversation, because everyone's going down the serious route of talking about everything like, oh, mental health is really important and stuff, which it is, it's great, but I want to add a little bit of fun on top of it. I want to get to know people's personality. I want to see what I can learn from that, and in a lighter concept. So yeah.
Their best Borat impressions, very important.
Their best Borat impressions like last
week. If they do a good Borat, automatic entry into the podcast.
Sorted. Just give us a shout.
Pass.
Cool. All right. Cheers, guys. Chat to you next week. Later, Karan.
There you guys.
Bye.